Well, good afternoon, my friends, and welcome to Thinking Tuesday. If it's noon on Tuesday, this is what we do. I look forward every Tuesday at this time at noon, where we can have this conversation about our thoughts, where we can think about what we're cultivating in our mind's garden, and how we can become more aware of how we drive our behavior based on how we think. Yes, it's that's it. I'm gonna say it's that simple, but it's we make it more complicated. But this is where we look at how we think and we decide what's working, what's not working, what new thoughts we need to embrace, and what old thoughts, what are those outgrown those thoughts that we've outgrown. You know, get rid of them. Just because they're familiar, just because we've always thought that way, does not mean that we always have to think that way. So it's really easy, but I know there's an emotional component to it also that keeps us stuck with certain thoughts, keep us gravitated to thinking in certain ways. And I'm here to help shake you up a little bit on Tuesday and help you to begin to think differently. Because when we think differently, we do the differently, we act differently, and we have different results. And hopefully, those results will be the results that we want to have. So, welcome to Thinking Tuesday. And for those of you who don't know, our motto for Thinking Tuesday is Your mind is a garden, because it is. And your thoughts are the seeds, yes. And you, the gardener, decide to plant those seeds and decide what you're going to root out, what's not working for you, which are those weeds. And also, you are going to decide which new seeds you want to plant. So, this is the opportunity for you to begin to think about what am I letting into my mind, what messages, what subliminal messages are coming into my mind, because they're always coming in there. And be more vigilant, I would say, to guard what you're allowing into your mind. That's precious space, precious real estate right between your ears. So, you know that sometimes we spend so much time looking elsewhere for things that we already have. We're looking for solutions outside of ourselves, failing to look within where the solution already lies. Yes, many times, we tend to feel that what's outside of us is better or more important. But no, we have a lot inside of us also that we can use. We just have to sit still for a while. Go inward. Think about what we have, how we feel, what decisions we want to make. Of course, we can have someone who we trust who could help guide our thinking, not take over our thinking, because we are solely responsible for what we think and how we behave as a result of our thinking. I am also talking about what lies within us, which are our thoughts. Our thoughts. They occupy our being. The good news is that you and we all can choose our thoughts. They dictate how we feel and they dictate how we do, because we know that what we feel dictates what we do, and what we do gets us the results that we have. So we want to make sure that the results that we get are based on good, positive, self affirming, uh, um, not self limiting thinking. You know, and I say it's good news because it tells me that I, just as well as you, are, we're in control. We're more in control than we might be aware of. For some, this might not be good news. And it might not be good news because it means now that you are aware, or that you are you hearing for the first time, maybe, that you are in control of your thoughts, and that your thoughts make you feel certain ways, and they decide what you're going to do, what decisions you're going to make, what behaviors you're going to perform. Um, Maybe that's not good news for you now, because that means you have to stop blaming others for decisions that you make, and stop blaming others for the ways that you feel. No one can make you feel anyway. You choose to. We're all going to have a wide variety, a wide range of feelings, and we need to acknowledge those feelings, but nobody can make you feel that way. They might trigger something in you that cause you to tap into a certain feeling, but your feelings are yours. No one can make you feel that way, and you control how you feel. You control how you demonstrate those feelings. You decide if you're going to have an outburst, or you decide that this is not the time and the place for an outburst. I'm going to wait till I go home and close the door, and then I can yell and scream all I want. But we are ultimately responsible for how we feel, how we think, what we do, and the results that we get. So I hope that those of you who might be thinking that this is bad news, that you will change your perspective, right? So, what I want to share with you today is that oftentimes we tend to turn the responsibility of our thinking over to others. Bad, 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 bad move. Bad move. When we allow others to think for us, when we get lazy in our thinking, then we run the risk of making decisions, or having others make decisions that are not beneficial for us. Because how we think is going to determine what we do. How other people think about us, or think that we should think, or tell us what to think, that might not be the best for us. I'm not suggesting that we don't tap into other people, or ask people for feedback, because many times, yeah, we have some what I would call blind spots, right? So we need to sometimes tap into others, people who we can trust, people who have our best interest at heart, you know. But we cannot be lazy in our thinking, and turn that responsibility over to others. You know, how we think has consequences. How we think has consequences. There can be good consequences, and there can be bad consequences. So, are you open? Are you open, is my question to you now. Are you open to evaluating your thoughts and making sure that they're working for you? That you're not turning that precious commodity that you have over to someone else. You're not turning that precious commodity that you have, that you should really treat with care, over to someone else. Make sure that your thoughts are working in your favor, and root out those that are not serving you well. I know in these days there's so many different competing thoughts and beliefs. There's conspiracy theories, and I mean, it's really difficult because people don't know what to think. And many times, unfortunately, we get lazy and we just adopt what sounds good without really and truly examining them and looking at how they ultimately will affect us. So be open to evaluating your thoughts. And many times you might not be aware of what you're thinking, but you might be more aware of what you're feeling. Well, ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What was I thinking before I started to feel this way? What was happening before? Take a few steps back. Do a little detective work to trace your feelings back to maybe those thoughts that you were having. But ultimately, you're the responsible one for the outcome. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. So the way we think and the way we feel and what we do result in us taking some action, doing something. And that thing can be beneficial, or it cannot be beneficial. So it also makes me think. I was thinking about those home renovation shows, home renovations. I've had experience renovating my home, uh, different parts at different times. But if you are like me, you love to watch those shows on HGTVs when TV when homeowners are realize that the home no longer serves them. It might be too small. The kitchen might be too small. There might not be enough closet space. They might want to expand their home to make it more comfortable. Now that the kids are gone, maybe they can collapse two rooms and make it one big room. Or they can, construct a gym in their home so they can get rid of that gym membership. They might even decide to install solar panels, perhaps, or some new home technology. We have these technologies that we can monitor remotely. Before we get home, as we're approaching the home, we can turn on the lights, we can turn off the alarm. So many times we do home renovation to make things more comfortable for us. You name it, there are so many different renovations. Some are DIY, do it yourself. We can take on certain projects and we feel so proud, but we're renovating this thing. It's going to have a new feeling. We're going to have more space. It's going to look different than it looked before. It will serve us better. And then there's some larger renovations where we have to call in the experts because it might need some structural changes, some foundation work, some plumbing work, and I know that's not my thing. So, we have to call in the experts to do some of the heavy work, the big renovation. But renovations can be very frustrating sometimes. I remember having some contractors in my home, and it just seems like they were taking forever. And when am I going to get my home back? How can I claim my home back? And it can be frustrating, just like when you're looking at your thinking, trying to renovate or change your thinking, trying to determine what's not serving you well. It might be frustrating. You might tend to want to go back to the way that you were thinking because, oh, it's just too much. It's too tiresome. It takes too much energy. But just like the home that you have renovated or the part of the home that you're renovating, you want to have a vision for what it's going to look like when it's done. You want to think about how you're going to feel living in that. So think about how you feel when you've done some of those renovations, I mean. Or even if you've never done any renovations yourself or had any part of your home renovated, as you watch those homemaking or homemaker TV shows, home makeover TV shows, you even feel so happy for the family as they come back from their vacation where they're usually sent or come back for wherever they are and see the transformation of their home and walk through the various rooms and figure, is this where I used to live? This doesn't look anything like I used to have. They are so amazed at the changes as a result of those renovations that were made. But it took time, it took patience, it took perseverance. Even if you wanted to boot the contractors out of your home, you realize that it's an unfinished product. So you have to wait. You have to follow the process, let the process work, and check in ever so often with the contractors. Are you following what we agreed on? Are you making changes without asking me? You're still involved in the process. It's a process. So think about how you feel, the pleasure you will feel when you do a similar overhauling of your thoughts. If you feel that some of your thoughts are not working for you, you might not have to do a whole structural change, foundation change. Sometimes we do have to because we have some foundational beliefs that really follow us through our lives and for generations. And sometimes we wonder, well, why are we still doing this? Oh, it's because mom and grandma used to do it. That's the way they thought. That's the way we thought as a family. That's the way my business has been going. Those are the rules that I've been following for my employees, even if they're not working. So imagine how you would feel as a person, as a business owner, when you really allow yourself to take an inventory of the thoughts that are leading you to make certain decisions. Are they serving you well? Are they serving your business well? Don't be afraid to look at those outgrown, the ways of thinking that you've outgrown. When your old thinking pattern or old beliefs are getting in your way, you know. So this week, I would like to challenge you. Yes, I have a challenge for you this week to do an evaluation and determine which thoughts have you been having that need to be overhauled. What mental renovations do you need to do in your mind's garden? What thoughts have you overgrown but outgrown, but because they're comfortable, because you've always done them, you continue to stay in that mindset, even though they're not working for you? Even though they might not be working for you, are you willing to take the time? Are you willing to call in the experts maybe to help you? Because it can be overwhelming. What are you willing to do to make some renovations in your mind's garden, in your mental home, so to speak? There are coaches like myself who do this kind of work that helps you to um, review your thinking. Why are you stuck? Why are you not getting the results that you would like to get? What's getting in the way? And most of the time, if not 100% of the time, it's the way you've been thinking. And there are ways to help you to begin to evaluate that, to look at that, to determine why it's not working for you. Why are you not achieving what you would like to achieve? And what's at the root of it? So I hope this has added value to you, as I always say every Tuesday. And if it has, please share it with someone who can also benefit from it. I am always available for a confidential consultation. Confidential, it's just between you and me. It's a complimentary consultation, about 30 minutes to help you get on your way. So reach out to me through my website, drcherylburton.com, and request that complimentary confidential consultation to help you jumpstart or to help you get unstuck. Also, when you go to my YouTube channel, Thinking Tuesday, Cheryl Burton, you will find all my previous messages there. If you also are looking for a speaker for an event, share the theme with me. I can help you with that talk if that's what you're looking for. I can also help you develop a theme based on what your needs are. But feel free to reach out to me through my website. Again, it's drcherylburton.com. I hope this has added value to you. I hope that you will allow yourself to evaluate your thoughts. Look at the results that you're getting. Look at the results that you're not getting. And if you want to change those results, let's have a talk. Contact me through my website, drcherylburton.com. I offer coaching individually. I offer coaching in groups. I offer training for your organization if you need to change the way you're thinking in your organization, in your business. If you need to improve your performance, those are some of the things that I offer. But Visit my website and look at all of the programs and services that I have. And as I always say, if you don't see what you need there, don't let that be a reason not to contact me, because all of my programs and services are customized to the needs of my clients. So tell me what's on your mind, where you might need some help, and reach out to me. I'll be glad to offer you a complimentary, confidential consultation. So take care. Bye for now. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday at noon for Thinking Tuesday. Remember, your mind is a garden and your thoughts are the seed, and you, the gardener, are responsible for deciding whether you grow flowers, which are those positive thoughts, or weeds, which are those negative thought patterns that are keeping you stuck. We don't want weeds, we want flowers. And if you decide that that's what you want, I can help you do that. Take care. Bye bye for now. See you next Tuesday at noon. Bye. Take care.